Hello all, welcome to IQ Pop. This is the first lecture on concept of computer programming. I'll start with the hierarchy of languages. There is different ways of representing the hierarchy of languages. Number of places you will find that people are putting the machine level language at the bottom, then assembly languages, then high level languages, and some other people are like to do like this. At the bottom, the low level languages, like assembly language and micro assembly languages, then middle level language like Java, C++, C, and fourth, and at the top the high level languages Ada, Modula, and Fortran. But I like to represent it in this way, that at the bottom the hardware understand the only machine level language. So just after hardware, machine level language comes, and on that uh, low level languages comes like assembly language and micro assembly language. Then middle level languages come like Java, C, C++, etc. And then high level languages comes like Ada, Modula 2, Pascal, and COBOL, etc. So high level languages are very likely like human speaking language, like English language, and machine level languages are very hard to understand by human being, as they are uh, mm, understandable by the hardwares and processors mainly. By these arrows I have shown the poverty, how the poverty changes with the levels. More high level the language, it is more portable, more user friendly, and it at the lower level, the speed increases, the performance increases at the lower level. Okay. Mm, so high level languages are also the two kinds of language. High level languages are there: procedural languages and object oriented languages. Procedural languages are mainly gives the concept of uses the concept of structure and linear commands, etc. And object oriented languages are mainly for modeling the data, and the concept of classes comes here. Life cycle of a program. So for program, first of all, you need to write the source code in some high level languages, and that source code, for executing it, must be converted to machine level language, which we call a target code here. And for converting that one, we may use some assembler, some interpreter, or some compiler. Now how compiler works? Mm, First, in some editor or some ID, we write the source code, then we convert it to some executable program using some compiler. So compiler takes the whole code at a time and converts the program to executable, and that executable program goes to the processor for execution. And at the time of execution, it needs the data input to produce the outputs. On the other hand, the interpreters are there. In the case of interpreter, we write the source code in high level languages, and at the time of interpreting itself, instruction by instruction, the interpreter interprets to the machinable language, and it goes to the processor for execution. And so at the time of interpreter, it needs the data input, and it produces the output. Now a simple programming example is given here. Convert length of an item from foot to inch. The pseudocode may be like this: convert foot to inch, input length in foot, and length in inch equal to length in foot into 12. As you know that 1 foot equal to 12 inch, and finally print the length in inch, and at the end. Now for solving programming problems, it is quite same as solving mathematical problems. Like say you are having a problem, so first of all what we do completely understand the problem first, divide a plan to solve it, next we carry out the plan, and then finally we review the result. Same thing goes with the computer programming. Analyze the problem what is given, design the program, then code the program, and finally test the result. The same way, if you see the previous example, it is the problem is given that convert length of an item from foot to inch. So here we can understand initially, or we can analyze that for converting foot to inch, you need to know 1 point equal to how many n's, that is 12 bits, you know it. And what input we need from the user, we need the measurement input. Once we are having that, we can write the pseudocode or we can plan the program. Okay, so once we can plan this thing, then we can go for writing the code in any language. Then we can run it and test the result whether it is giving the correct result or not. Now, there is different kind of errors, mainly compilation error and runtime errors. Compilation errors are most important for the languages which uses compilers, and runtime errors are important for both compiler-based languages and interpreter-based languages. Later on, I will discuss on detail on the errors. For the timing, just I am given the terminology here. Okay, thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe IQ Pop. Thank you.